Hey everyone, surprise, it's me. It's been a while, I understand that, but anyway, I'm back, and yeah, long story. I know it's been about 3 years, so I have lots that's happened in the last while, but anyway, I'll tell you all of that in a bit. First of all, I just want to say that I still have a pretty busy life right now, and I will do my best to do videos as often as I can. So today I wanted to do a really cool little project. I know I've been away for a long time, but that doesn't mean I haven't been beading. I've actually been beading a lot. I want to show you a few things I've been working on. Not many, but I'll get my piece of hide just so it's easier to see than my background here. And you can have a little look, and I'll show you these things while I've been while I tell you what's been happening a little bit in my life. I'm not going to tell you everything, but most of it's really great. Incredible things going on. So I'm working with a brand new camera. So you can actually see the view as I do directly in front of my hands, and also an absolutely brand new camera stand. So it's pretty cool for me to be able to have this. Okay, so I'll just show you a couple of things that I've been working on, sort of playing around with. I subscribed to Bargain Bead Box. And really happy that I did. It's got a lot of great stuff. But as I've mentioned on videos before, I've always struggled with creativity. I had a lot of stuff that I needed to use up from the Bargain Bead Box, so I just kind of went to town. I had made some of these components with the leather backs before, and I needed a necklace to put it on. So that's one of my little things I've been working on. And what else? I've got another necklace here. I've been sort of playing around with chain and various other things that I normally don't work with, but it's been sort of fun to do that. I'll move those guys out of the way. I've been making more earrings. My sister at her property has opened up a gift store and is doing all kinds of great things. So I just started making a few more things to sell. And then I just played around with some kind of cool ideas. These are a brick stitch earring that a pattern I've been following. And so I also decided to do it in the round. So this is brick stitch, and then this one I did in peyote. Really pretty little thing. So I did a few of those. And I've been working on more kaleidocycles, and this is really cool. I've been really playing with them a lot. This one's not quite done yet, but this one's actually going to be a bangle. And I'll twist it a little bit. I don't want to do it too much because my needle's in there. It's a bit small for me, so I'm actually going to open it up here and expand it a little bit, add a couple more components to it so it will end up fitting me a little bit better. But anyway, so those are some of the things I've been playing around with. I've moved. My husband and I left the Rockies, and we are now on one of the most amazing properties I have ever seen in my life, and it's like a dream come true. We're not in the Rockies, we are on the foothills, and it's a large chunk of property that we're just beyond thrilled with. So that's kind of part of the reason why I've been so busy and not able to do a lot of my beadwork. Anyway, enough about that. I'll maybe talk about that another time, a little bit later. But one of the things that has happened, we've been like stupidly busy, even all through COVID. But we did manage about a month ago, I guess, to get away on a vacation around the time of my niece's wedding. And one of the places that we stopped at was a place called Big Eddies Glassworks in Revelstoke, BC. And I'm gonna probably try and put a link to their website down below and hashtag them. I was so bowled over. I'm not really much of a glasswork person, but it was so cool that they had a glass blowing place there. I'm gonna bring this in. And this is one of the things that they made. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a wind chime that they made, and it's really pretty. It's really, really beautiful. So they made this. I gotta fix that a little bit, I guess. But anyway, they made one of these, and it's absolutely exquisite. But they made all kinds of other glassware and stuff. So when they do the glass blowing, some cool things happen. There's always the little extra ends off of the glasses that sometimes just get chucked out, but these guys are really neat. These are, I guess, the little ends that are left over after they finish blowing the glass, and they look like beautiful little flowers. And these guys are super creative. Like, this one's lovely. They're so creative, and they've made these into wind chimes, which I intend to do as well. I love this gray one. It's so pretty. But I intend to do the same thing, and I thought I would kind of take you along on the journey with me doing that. I've never made a wind chime before, but I also have a bunch of other ideas I want to kind of play around with. And I'm going to just open a few more of these on camera because they're so cool. I bought about, I don't know, my sister and I both bought a bunch. My older sister and we bought a bunch of these. And some of the ideas I have are pretty cool. So I did promise the Big Eddie crew that I would share it with them. The finished products, I would show them. But that maybe I'll do it on camera for them and hashtag them and let them know that I got super inspired by all of the cool things that they had done with their glass extras or their glass flowers. But they're so pretty. I mean, look at that. It's so neat. I just love it. So I'm so excited to be able to make one little wind chime, and I've never made a wind chime before, so this will be a first for me. But they're like, even the inside is so amazing. It's just exquisite what they've done here. Super cool. I have at least 60. I'm not going to open all of them, obviously, but they're so delicate and so pretty and just really nifty. I mean, you could easily cover that up with some sort of clay and even have that as a little, I don't know, something to hold candles in or whatever. I think that it would be just so cool to have a little candle in there, which I may do, but I have a bunch of other really neat ideas that I'm going to play around with. This one I just love. Really, really amazing texture, but I love how they've done this with, you know, some of the insides are white and some are dark and just really neat. I have one more I'm going to show you that I've been kind of working on. I have been working on this little guy, and I ended up gluing a little button on the top of it because you need to have something here that will prevent all the little things underneath from pulling up through. But let me clear these guys out of the way, and we'll come back and have a look at this, and I'll try my hand at making a little tiny wind chime, I guess. It'll be kind of cute. I don't know if it'll make much noise, but it's really sweet. So I'll just kind of show you all of this. I got these buttons from the dollar store, and they just come in different colors and sizes, and they're really decorated, kind of sweet. Oops. I'm really going to have to get used to this new camera. So these are the little buttons. Very, very pretty. And they do fit over top of the holes. This one I glued with gem tack. It's not fully dried yet, but I think it's dry enough that I can at least start working with it. And having this glued on here will stop everything from pulling up and through. So there's that. That's going to work out amazingly. So I need something to hang, and so I've got some leather cord here. You could use this. Came in the dollar bead box a long time ago. A bunch of these beautiful silk cords, which I don't even know what to do with, but those are a possibility. But this cord, this leather cord, fits really nicely into the buttonholes, no problems at all. So that will be really handy to have. And I should be able to very easily hang stuff off of that. So there's that. And then to hang all of the, like, you need a little clanger inside there to just hit the side. But this cord is too big to go through some of the beads that I chose, so I just got some seal-on bead cord, and it goes through most of the holes of the beads that I like. So then I have to choose a few things that I want to use. I can actually decorate down below the bell or the wind chime. I'm just going to grab a few things that I sort of pulled out that I can work with. I had the check bead box, the dollar bead box. I had a bunch of stuff that I just didn't really have anything that I could use them for, or wasn't all that inspired by them, I guess. So I got a bunch of things that I can decorate the wind chime with. Not on the upper part necessarily, but certainly on the lower part. So I guess I'm gonna go through and choose a few things and try to think of a design that I want to do on here, and then I'll come back and show you what I kind of figured I would do. Okay, so I've kind of decided on a few things. So I've got my little button on top of my little glass flower bell. I've got some cord, and I don't know, it's about, oh sorry, I'm really gonna have to get used to working with this new camera and the new stand. So I've got about, I don't know, let me just measure it. So from the tip of my fingers of my right hand to the shoulder, outside shoulder of my left arm, roughly, I don't know if I'm gonna need all of this, but that's how much I've cut. And then I've got some black seal-on cord that I will cut. I'm not sure how much of that I'll use, but we'll see. What else do I need? I have some wildfire here too, just in case I feel like that's going to work better. And I've never made this before, so I brought out a bunch of tools. I've got my bent nose pliers. I've got my flat pliers, round pliers, a couple of different cutters. I don't know, I just kind of threw everything in there. So I think those are the only tools I'm gonna need. I'm not sure. I might need some more glue just to glue knots and stuff like that. Hard to say. But we'll move those guys out of the way. And so what I thought I would do is, now you need something that's going to hang well below the little bell thing, something that'll catch the wind. And this has got a little bit of weight to it. I thought it's kind of cool. So I'll have that on. And then this down below that. So kind of hang like that. Let's see if I've got enough room here to show you everything. I'll get these out of the way. Bring that down a little bit. There we go. So kind of hanging like that. And then I can decorate this up a little. I've got some other beads here. I'm not really sure what I want to do, but we'll try. you know, maybe a few of these guys. Hands in the way, sorry. We'll throw some color in there with these ones. And I'm thinking this, one of these might be the little clanger that's going to hit against the glass in here. So we'll have to measure where that has to go in order for it to sit properly. Yeah, and then, I don't know, I've grabbed a few other odds and ends. We'll just see if those are going to work out or not. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I want to try and decide how long I want this hanger to be. And I don't think it needs to be like super long. So I don't know, maybe I got a little bit too excited about the length of this would need to be. So I don't know, that's what about, that's several, what, that's about, oh, I don't know, 10-ish centimeters or so maybe. Might go just a bit bigger just because, and then we'll just give that a cut. I can always get more if need be. And it's really hard for me to see my screen right now. I'm actually working on connecting my camera, or learning how to connect my camera to my iPad, so I have a bigger screen to see. So, all right, so what I want to do, now this glue is not dried yet, and I want to be really, really, really careful that I'm not putting too much pressure on it, but I'm going to put these down into here. So into those holes, and I'm going to just push them down quite a long way because I need to be able to tie a knot at the end, and it doesn't matter because nobody's going to see it. It's all going to be inside anyway. And I'll need it down here for a bit regardless. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a thumb knot on there, and I'm not going to get too concerned about the look of the knot. Like I said, nobody's going to see it. Hopefully you can see me and I'm not out of frame. I'm just going to tug on these one at a time, and that should be pretty good. So the next thing I need to do is decide what's going to be hitting that. So I'll cut myself some seal-on. I'm going to give myself a pretty good amount of this. I want a fair length. Don't have to go totally crazy on it, but I do want a pretty good length of this. Put my lid back on so I can keep spooling later if I need to, and not let this unravel. So yeah, I've got, again, about a good arm span of that. So now I've got to just, and I'm not going to do this super tight or anything like that. I'm going to just, actually, I'm going to just tie it around the base of this for now. And I'll just tie it that tight for the time being, give myself lots of room. I just need to try and determine how much length I need in here to have my little clanger, so to speak, to hit the side. So it looks like it's not going to be too much at all. Maybe a couple centimeters is all I'm going to need. Hopefully you can see that. So it's not too much there. So I'll probably want to add my little clanger onto that. And I'm going to just do a little test run with it. And I'm going to try one of these pink guys. And then we'll give it a little test clang and see, or listen, not see, listen, if it's going to work. I was going to tie a little loop here, a little slip knot, so I can take it off again when need be. And let's just see. It's probably not going to make too much noise at all. It's up a bit too high, I think. This may not even be the best idea either, to be honest with you, because I don't think that this is gonna work super well as the little bell, because it is pretty tiny. So I don't know if it's gonna make an awful lot of noise or not, but we'll see. We'll just play around with it and give that a try anyway. Okay. So, I mean, this might even be a better one to work with here. That one might work much better. And we'll just see if we can get that one to swing a little bit better for us. This guy up. Well, I think it'll work a little bit better, but like I say, it's not going to make the greatest amount of noise, not by any means, because this is a tiny little guy. I wonder if perhaps we would be better off with one of the bigger ones and trying to make that as a wind chime, but this might even work better for one of the other ideas that I have anyway, so isn't that cute? All right, well, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me play around with this. You kind of have the idea of what I'm going to do. I'm going to come up with a better idea of how to make this work the way I'd like it to, and then and then I'll share that with you once I've completed my project. All right, we'll see you soon. Okay, I have decided to do something different, and I'll show you. There we go. So I changed a few things. I still have my pretty little button on the top there, but because that's only glued on, I wanted something on the inside to prevent it from pulling through. So what I've done, and I'll pull this down, is I put another button in here. And the reason I did that, I did a 4-hole button, so these 2 strings could go down those holes, and then the black string could go down the opposite holes, which would then allow me to hang this part so it would be central. And I will lift it up in just a minute to show you. So there you have it. Rather than a wind chime, which this kind of glass is not really going to make a very beautiful noise, so I chose to make it into a Suncatcher. So I'm going to switch camera positions, and I'm going to hang it up in the front of the camera, and you can see what it looks like hanging in front of a window. Okay, and a little bit of a view of part of my property, which is pretty extensive. So there we go. That's what it looks like, hanging in front of the window. Very pretty, I think. So it will be a bit of a sun catcher, but more than anything, just a really nice decorative element for the garden. Super easy to make. And once again, big thumbs up to Big Eddie's glass blowing. So if you get a chance to go to Revelstoke, go check them out. They're pretty cool. And as I said, I'm going to leave their link down below in the description box. And I'm going to be back really, really soon with another video. Thanks again for watching, and I'm going to do my absolute best to come and do more videos as often as time will allow me. I've gone into a crazy busy world lately. Crazy busy schedule, and yeah, I'm going to do my best to keep up, but I can't promise that I will be back weekly or monthly or anything like that, but I'll be back as and when I can. Thanks a lot, everybody, and if you like these videos that I'm doing, how about a thumbs up? And yeah, leave me any comments if there's other things you'd like to see me doing. Have an amazing week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.